Hello Normans, welcome to this week's Norman News. I'm Noelle Trost.
And I'm Leo Padilla. Keep watching for more news on a hot Cheeto overdose.
And the Kavanaugh accusation.
Hi, I'm Eric Moradin here with this week's sports and world news.
And I'm Alana Morgan with this week's fashion.
Around the school in 30 minutes, this is the Norman News. For anyone that missed Picture Day, you will have another chance to take your ID picture on Tuesday, October 9th. The same restrictions apply for this date as the first date for taking pictures. Dress code still applies, and as a warning for all girls out there, any wild makeup will not be allowed. White Studios will be on campus between noon and 2 p.m. in the EDC. Also note that this is strictly for people who missed the first picture day, not just people who want to take retakes. Now, let's send it to Leo.
Thanks, Noelle. Seniors, the college application process can be confusing, and one of the most important parts of the college is the prospect of financial aid. This past October, on Monday, FAFSA, or the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, opened for submission. So for some insight on the application or just financial aid in general, make sure to attend the College Center's Financial Aid meeting on October 4th at 6 p.m. in the Salter Theater. Private universities will require a CSS profile, which provides colleges with additional information when determining what aid to give. You can visit the College Center for more information on the event.
Thanks, Leo. Controversy rose up over soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo last Friday. Der Spiegel, a well-respected German news outlet, reported that Cristiano Ronaldo raped a woman in 2009 and that woman, Catherine Mayorga, is now going public. Ronaldo denies the allegations, saying that it was consensual, but now the out-of-court settlement's validity is being questioned. If the out-of-court settlement is deemed invalid for whatever reason, massive punishments could follow if Ronaldo is proven guilty. Der Spiegel first reported on the rape accusations 1.5 years ago, and that story was based on documents made available to them by the whistleblower platform called Football Leaks. Let's send it to Nathan.
Thanks, Eric. The NBA season is finally here. This past weekend was the start of the preseason, in which many great teams played and showed off their new players. This includes the Golden State Warriors, who actually lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves by only 4 points. Also, the Philadelphia 76ers had their first game on Friday, and the Raptors beat the Trail Blazers by almost 20 points with their new star player, Kawhi Leonard. In addition to these games, there was an appearance by a Chinese team, the Beijing Ducks, and they lost to the Dallas Mavericks by more than 50 points. It was a great weekend for the NBA fans last week, and we hope to see many more great moments like these in upcoming matches. And now we have Genevieve with more sports.
Thanks, Nathan. The Beverly Hills girls varsity basketball team had 2 games this weekend at SMC. They had their games on Saturday at 8 and 9 a.m. We won both games by a lot. This weekend, we did a lot better with teamwork and finishing our shots. Compared to how we played last weekend, there was a major improvement. Also, we started sprinting in the gym, which helped us get into shape. There are still some things we need to work on, but as you can tell, we improve over time and with practice. Stay tuned to find out if we will do as good for next week's game. Now to Alana with fashion.
Thanks, Genevieve. It's October now, which means that Halloween is coming up. Hashtag spooky season. So you have to start getting your costumes together, whether it's 1 costume or 2. But if you are completely lost, that's why you have me to help you. I suggest you go above and beyond to be someone that no one else will look like. Meaning, think about some of your favorite actors or characters you love, then start at the thrift shop. It may sound crazy, but you will possibly find every single piece you need for your costume from there for cheap and super cute and creative and completely different and even better than everyone else. Okay, I'll let you get your thrifting on, but stay tuned as we will be sending it to Kayla with more entertainment news.
Thanks, Thanks, Lona. This week I have some very interesting news. Ever thought you could overdose on hot Cheetos? Well, artist and rapper Lil Xan did. On September 25th, Lil Xan, also known as Diego Llanos, was sent to the hospital because his stomach lining was ripped. According to Diego himself, he was not in the hospital for anything drug-related, but because hot Cheetos did him dirty. Diego threw up, and to his surprise, there were traces of blood in his vomit. He posted on social media, specifically Snapchat, that his fans should be careful because hot Cheetos are one hell of a drug. Totally understandable because they are very addicting. Now passing it on to Bella with music.
Thanks, Kayla. I'm Bella Ravaei, and our song of the week is Remind Me to Forget by Kygo and Miguel. This song can go from anywhere from putting someone to tears all the way to dancing all night with your friends. Thank you guys so much for killing this song. I can't wait for the next album that they can make together. Now to Riley's movie review on A Star is Born.
Thanks, Bella. New movie A Star is Born is hitting theaters October 5th, featuring stars like Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. The movie is about a musician named Jackson Maine who discovers and falls in love with struggling artist Ali. Ali has just about given up on her dream to make it as big as singer Jackson, until Jackson coaxes her into the spotlight. But even as Ali's career takes off, the personal side of the relationship is breaking down as Jackson fights on an ongoing battle with his own internal demons. Interested in this movie? Well then, grab some popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's new movie trailer.
Maybe it's time to let the old ways down. Maybe it's time to let the old ways down. Takes a lot to change, man. Hell, it takes a lot to try.
You know, man, in the old days, I always knew, like, you were gonna do something, that you'd be all right. It's the first time I'm worried about you.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Okay.
Tell me something, girl.
Do you write songs or anything?
I don't sing my own songs.
Why?
I just don't feel comfortable.
Why wouldn't you feel comfortable?
Almost every single person has told me they liked the way I sounded, but that they didn't like the way I look.
I think you're beautiful. Hey.
What?
I just want to take another look at you.
In all the good times, I find myself longing for change.
Here's what we're gonna do.
You come sing that song that I love.
No, I can't do that.
Here we go.
It's not funny. Jack.
Look at me.
All you gotta do is trust me. That's all you gotta do.
Well, that looks great. But Noelle, as was mentioned earlier in the news, Lil Xan has had an overdose on hot Cheetos.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, are you a fan of hot Cheetos?
I am. I can get through like 2 of them before it's a little too much for me, I must admit.
Overdose on 2?
Overdose on 2. What
Yeah.
about you? Are you a fan of hot Cheetos?
I am a fan of hot Cheetos, yes, but I don't see how anyone could overdose. There was an issue with his stomach lining.
Yes, I heard. That sounds very serious.
It does.
And he was posting on social media the entire time.
Yeah, but I don't know if that counts as an overdose. I think that might be more of a nutritional problem or possibly something else. I don't know if you can just put that on hot Cheetos.
Yeah, well, make sure to stay safe when you're next Cheeto eating.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and send it to Eric with World News.
Thanks, guys. Malaysia is in talks to become the first country in Asia to legalize medical marijuana. The reason for the sudden focus on marijuana in Malaysia is due to the death sentence handed to a 29-year-old man who was convicted of possessing, processing, and distributing medicinal marijuana oil. The Malaysian cabinet has reached an agreement to remove capital punishment in the man's case, but getting support for legalizing medical marijuana will be an uphill battle. Now to Jasmine with national news.
Thanks, Eric. I'm sure by now most of you have heard of how Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh is facing accusations from 3 women that he has sexually assaulted them or that they witnessed him sexually assaulting others. It is thought that Kavanaugh has had a previous drinking problem when these events occurred, and it has been brought up during the trial, but now sources say that his drinking history will not take a part in the ongoing investigation. It is also said that the FBI is trying to make the investigation as narrow as possible. Whether innocent or guilty, I will keep you updated as anything changes in this ongoing investigation. Let's end to Tatiana with Restaurant Review.
Thanks, Jasmine. If you want to try an amazing Mexican restaurant, you should go to Tocaya. There are many Tocaya restaurants, but they just opened one close to school at Century City. Tocaya has a variety of things to order. You can get burritos, tacos, bowls, and much more. I recommend getting the Fajita del Rey bowl, which contains sautéed peppers and onions, cilantro lime rice, black beans, vegan chipotle crema, guacamole, and pico de gallo. You can get this delicious bowl for $14. I also highly recommend getting the plantation chips with guac to snack on while you're waiting for your food. Head down to Tocaya and try these out. Now to Jonah with technology.
Thanks, Tatiana. Facebook is already facing immense fallout from revelations this morning that a hacker exploited a security flaw in a popular feature of the social network to steal accounts credentials of as many as 50 million users. The company is now facing a class action complaint filed on behalf of one California resident, Carla Echevarria, and one Virginia resident, Derek Walker. Both allege that Facebook's lack of proper security has exposed them and additional potential class members to significantly increased chance of identity theft as a result of the breach. Although Facebook says it has fixed the issue that resulted in the breach, it still has little to no information to provide on who is behind the attack or even when the attack occurred. The company began notifying affected users this morning with a message on its website and mobile app, and it's been holding a series of calls with reporters throughout the day to brief them on technical details and other information as it arises. Still, this is among the more serious breaches Facebook has ever suffered. It will likely only intensify criticism on the company's handling of user data and its privacy policies in the wake of the Cambridge Analytica scandal earlier this year, in which more than 70 million users' personal information was packaged and sold to a data mining firm without their consent. Now let's go to health with Yasmin.
Thanks, Jonah. Flax seeds are a kitchen staple that should never be bumped from your grocery list. They're packed with magnesium and omega-3 fatty acids. These superstar nutrients have been linked with better sleep, brain health, mood regulation, and hormonal balance. Flax seeds can be added to any meal, from salads, breakfast bowls, and even to smoothies. They're also excellent for your gut. It can help keep the food in your stomach from emptying too quickly in your small intestine. This also increases nutrient absorption, so you can get more out of the food you're already eating and feel fuller for longer. Now to Bree with opinion.
Thanks, Yasmin. It has been reported that Google's chief executive, Sundar Pichai, will appear before the U.S. House Judiciary Committee later this year to address concerns that the search engine is biased against conservatives. This past Friday, Pichai met with more than 24 Republicans in a private meeting to discuss the issue. According to a White House official, the executive plans to meet with Democrats and White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow as well. President Trump has accused Google of rigging search results against him by only showing the reporting of fake news media. In a statement, Pichai said, "The last 2 days of discussions with a wide range of congressional leaders were constructive and informative. As we've done for over a decade, including testifying to Congress 22 times since 2008, we remain committed to continuing an active dialogue with members from both sides of the aisle, working proactively with Congress on a variety of issues, explaining how our product helps millions of American consumers and businesses, and answering questions as they arise." The Washington Post also reported that the White House said Pichai agreed to attend an upcoming tech executive roundtable with the president and other tech giants. Pichai later went on to state, "I am personally committed to testifying before the House Judiciary Committee in due course." Both Pichai and Google's past actions show their commitment to a bipartisan search engine, and to state otherwise is a misrepresentation of the several aspects at large. The hearing is expected to happen in November after the midterm election. Now let's send it back to Noelle.
Thanks, Bree. We're nearly halfway into first semester, and as you may have already noticed, classes are getting a little tougher. If you need extra help, peer tutoring is finally here. You can sign up for a free tutoring session with a couple of easy steps. Go to the Daily Bulletin of September 28th, which should be in your Jupiter messages, and find the link to the Google Doc sign-up sheet. Then simply fill out the sign-up form with your name and the subject you want to be tutored in. However, keep in mind that peer tutoring only takes place on Tuesdays. For any questions, email Cindy Dubin at cdubin@bhusd.com. Happy studying! Now, back to Leo.
Thanks, Noelle. ASB is hosting Beverly's first time capsule. Please use the link sent to your student email to sign up for a place in the capsule. The question each student will be answering is, what do you want to remind yourself in 10 years? KBEV will be filming from October 1st to October 11th every day at lunch. Please come prepared with a 5 to 20-second response. Now to Bridgette with weather.
Thanks, guys. As you can see, Wednesday, October 3rd, there will be some thunderstorms at night. But besides that, it'll be some partly cloudy and sunny. The highest this week will be in the low 70s, and the lowest this week will be in the high 50s. We are transitioning into fall, so make sure you have your coats on. Now back to the desk.
Thanks for watching.
Tune in next week for more Norman News.